All righty, welcome in the Chalk Talk Social. It is Friday, February 27th. The NFL Combine has officially kicked off with linebackers and D linemen doing their thing out there. And someone not doing his thing, not doing his job was Mr. Aaron Glenn. Got caught sleeping at the Combine. Someone just, it was like the CEO who got caught busted with his mistress at the concert on camera. Oh, Aaron Glenn just got busted snoozing, catching Z's while there's dudes out there who could fix his miserable defense doing great things, and he's sleeping. So that was a crazy thing to see. Such a Jets thing. He'll deny it, but do is zonked. But today we got a Saints fan coming on, so we're going to rip through some Saints talk. Really excited about doing that because I'm a firm believer Saints are on the up and up with Shough. And we're also going to talk a little bit of NBA because do know some NBA ball, so stick around for some MVP and Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation there. But, man, how we doing? What's going on?
Oh, man, you already know Friday. Can't complain. My mom's birthday was this week. My older sister's birthday was yesterday. Goodness grief. I mean, I had 2 birthdays in the family this week. But, hey, can't complain. Hey, listen, I hope he can say, hey, I was a little tired at the Combine because I was up all night studying everybody's film. Everybody that was performing today, I was up to 4 a.m. watching film on them. So that can kind of be his only response, that I've just been diving in on all the players and their profiles. So, hey, listen, I hope that's his excuse. I mean, because if not, we don't want videos coming out that you was in the bar the night before. At 3, they got you leaving the bar at 3 a.m. stumbling, because then it's really gonna be bad. But
I'm telling you, I've been to Indy for a Combine once upon a time, and all those dudes are out and about. I'm not saying they're out there getting shit faced, but all those dudes are out of the bar. The amount of NFL guys and personalities and media people I saw at various different bars and restaurants, they're out there drinking, they're doing their thing, and I mean, I've seen it firsthand, and I'm not saying Aaron Glenn was doing any of that, but hey, he wouldn't be the first one if he was. I'm just saying. So yeah. Let's stick to that. He was up until 4 a.m. studying these dudes so much he didn't even need to watch them. But yeah. I don't know, man. I don't care how long you're on the sport. I think watching the dudes at the Combine doing their thing was one of the coolest things ever. I mean, maybe that's just me as a casual, but I love that. But all right, we're on a little bit of time crunch with the fans, so we're gonna bring them in right away. We're gonna get into it on some Saints talk, so why not any further? Jameson, come on in. How we doing, man? What's going on?
Oh,
absolutely. No, thank you for coming on. We're excited to talk a bit of Saints. We know you got to kind of get going, so we'll go through it, right? We were just talking on the Combine, and so why don't we just start there with the draft, the Combine process, and as a Saints fan, a diehard Saints fan, like who is kind of your draft crushes this year for the Saints, offense, defense, you name it?
Yeah. At the top of my list, I mean, Caleb Downs. I'm a firm believer in you got to go and get the best player available. I thought he was the best college football player in the country last year, and I think he is again this year. So he's at the top of my list. I mean, he started as a freshman for Nick Saban. I think that says enough already there. And then sticking with the Buckeyes, going to go with Arvell Reese. He's a creative player out there, and he provide instant pressure on the quarterback, and he's great against the run. So I think he would fit perfectly with the Saints. And finally, going to show some love to the hometown kid, Denzel Boston, big body receiver, wins a lot of jump balls, goes up and gets it. And I think he'd be a perfect fit with Olave.
So you only have that first pick, right? In the draft, that early pick?
Yeah.
In the first round? Okay. I mean, shoot. I mean, Caleb Downs, it seems like by the passing day, the consensus is he's the consensus best player in this draft. He just unfortunately plays a position where it doesn't hold as much value as other positions in terms of, the NFL standards and, teams wanting to draft a safety really, really early. So, I mean, I think you could get him, and he would be an awesome add to a defense that took a huge step last year, which we'll get into. But man, Arvell Reese, he showed out at the Combine, him and Sonny Styles. I mean, how about this? I want to play a game. Assume Downs and Reese are both gone. What are you doing at 8 then? Instead, you got another draft crush who might be able to be there for you?
I think I'm going to go with Jeremiah Love there. Home run hitter out the backfield. AK is getting a little older. I think, I think Alvin will still give us a lot of great snaps, but having that kind of reminds me of him and Ingram back then. Having those two in the backfield would be great.
I like it. I don't think a running back will be drafted that high because I just really think people don't value him. And I'm with you. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I think Love is one of the best backs coming out in the past 10 years. Kind of remind me of Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of like he's going to be able to play like him in the NFL. I just still think NFL people are like, we can get one of them guys in the third round. So
yeah.
Just don't let him on the Saints, please, for the love of God. Or not the Saints, the Chiefs. Don't let him get on the Chiefs.
I know that would be a scary thought. That would be a scary thought.
For sure. Seamlessly, y'all having y'all quarterback of the future. We really don't know. I don't want to just throw that around just lightly because we still don't know if he's the future quarterback. But he has some flashes of being the guy of the future. Do you think a top priority is getting another weapon like a receiver to add with Chris Olave too? Also with just those defensive guys?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, you're right. Shough, it's a small sample size, but I'm gonna be optimistic. I think he's our guy. I'm hoping he'll have a statue outside the stadium one day. And the best way to do that is by adding some more receivers for him. So obviously, there's the big three receivers in the draft with Lemon, Tyson, and Tate. I wouldn't mind going either one of those, but especially having both the tackle spots for us solidified, I think it's time for us to go all in on a receiver and get some weapons for Tyler Shough.
I can't disagree, man. And like I said, if I like the idea of Jeremiah Love, knowing that y'all need a running back, but at the same point, man, if you get Mekhi Lemon, we talked about him last episode, and Iman's comparison of like to JSN is spot on. Put him in the slot, you can put him outside. He's got a very similar skill set. And as much as I think Jordan Tyson, man, is just a freak type of receiver, his injury history is just racks up. Like it's a CVS receipt, his injury history. So I'm a little scared to draft him too. Like his whole body's been broken at this point. I feel like Mekhi Lemon, granted he's only had one big time season. If y'all can snag him and put him with Olave, man, I don't see how Shough doesn't I think it would be Shough would actually suck if he wouldn't take the next step. If you got Olave and you got Lemon, and I'm assuming they're going to go get another running back, I'm assuming they're probably going to think of something at tight end because I don't know. I like Juwan Johnson, but I don't know if he's really, And Shough's 27, man. I don't know if he's going to be 28 by the season, but 27-year-old quarterback. If you want that statue,
if he's the future, it's time to go all in. And I mean, even past those three receivers in the draft, there's a bunch of good ones, Cooper from Indiana, Jacoby Lane from USC. I think there's still a lot of good guys in the later rounds.
Oh, yeah. Second, third round. You can go deep with this receiver class. Deep. What about on the other side of the ball, right? Brandon Staley comes in. He turns that defense around in a big way, surprisingly, because, the defense in the Chargers is the reason he was pushed out of there. So he turns the defense around in a big way compared to 2024. They look way better. But I know, I don't know. Is Jordan done? Did he retire? I can't remember.
No, he's still with us, but
he's on the verge. He's not getting any younger. So yeah, I guess what are you doing on that side of the ball? How are we feeling about the defense? I don't know what's happening with Alontae Taylor yet, but what's the needs? What's got to get added? How do we keep this thing going on the defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, defense was definitely a pleasant surprise. I'm not going to act like I knew a lot about Brandon Staley coming in, but I think we were top 10 in total yardage and around top 15 in points. So that was definitely a pleasant surprise for us. And yeah, I mean, you're totally right. With Demario Davis and Cam Jordan, who are both still productive players, but they're getting older. I really just want to see us replace them with some front seven talent. I'd say that's kind of where I want to go in the draft, and that's kind of why I'm so into the Arvell Reese pick.
I mean, I don't know who they're losing this offseason, to be honest. But the point is, they are getting older. You guys still got Chase Young around. He's coming back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's there. Bressee's still there. We still have some good edge talent, but
that's right. You guys.
I mean, if we can get Reese and he's there.
I mean, look, when your trajectory is right now, you go from yards per game from 30th to 12th, opponents' yards per play from 28th to 11th, third down percentage 21st to 9th, sack rate 25th to 8th. And you think about the guys on that defense, it's not like a star-studded defense. They got good pieces for sure, but Brandon Staley clearly got this unit right. And again, we're talking about maximizing Shough's window. If they can add a big time playmaker real early in the draft, and I think, I don't know, are you doing an edge guy? Or I know you really like these dudes. I mean, are you doing edge? You doing linebacker? You doing corner?
I'd probably go edge first. I just think that, being able to pressure the quarterback is probably the most important thing to succeed, in my opinion. So at least as a defense. So that's probably where I'd go.
Okay. I like
and Brandon Staley was always a good DC. It's just that he's terrible with managing the game when he was in LA. So that was kind of his knock. But they always spoke highly of him as like this boy wonder on the defensive side. But we kind of already touched in on the running back situation. So we kind of know where you want to go. You kind of want to get somebody in there to replace Alvin Kamara. But what's up with like Devin Neal and what's the other guy?
Kendra
Miller in the backfield. Do you think those are serviceable guys, or no, you just need to get everybody up out of there?
I mean, it's one of those situations where they've both shown some promise. I mean, especially I think in the last like 4 or 5 games of the season, Devin Neal was playing pretty good, and Kendra Miller, when he's healthy, he looks great in my opinion. But he's
big if guy,
rarely healthy. So I think we could go Love in the draft. Both the Penn State running backs I think would be good targets in the draft, and there's some good free agents. K9, but I don't see us spending a lot of money on a running back in free agency, especially with our cap struggles. So I think we go at someone in the draft, and that's how I want to do it too.
So no Breece Hall for the New Orleans Saints, it sounds like.
We can spend that money in better places.
That's fair. Our Jets fan was telling us when he came on, like, if he just didn't have 2 thumbs and would stay off Twitter, the fan base would love him a lot more. He's a great talent, but I'm a little nervous, man. Go ahead.
I said him going to the Chiefs too would be scary. It's all these.
Yeah, that would suck. That would really suck. But I don't know. Alvin Kamara, he's not getting healthier. He's not getting younger. The production ain't getting better. Kendra Miller looked awesome for a second, and then he got hurt. And then Devin Neal, like, I liked his profile coming out, but I think the Saints would be silly to not invest in a running back early, like a Mike Washington out of Oregon or out of Arkansas would be an awesome pick. Shoot, I mean, a guy who is a little bit different talent than what they got now, like Jonah Coleman, if they can hook him up in the second round or third round. I don't know where Jonah's going to go, but I think he's my favorite back. He's been my favorite back. I mean, I watch a lot of Washington football. I know you. I know you watch a lot of Washington football too. So it's like you get him back there. Yeah, he's not. I think you said at one point like you want him to get another like Kamara type talent to kind of replace that, and I like that idea. But at the same point, man, you get yourself a big bruiser because Kendra Miller he's a good pass catcher, is he not?
I honestly am not too familiar with that part of his game, so I can't really speak to that. But yeah, I do like the idea of kind of getting a bruiser to complement, AK and with the way he's able to catch the ball at the backfield.
Yeah, because the other guys are kind of like Devin Neal's a quicker dude. How about this? How about someone on the Saints right now who's kind of flying under the radar heading into 2026? Someone we should be looking more at, talking more about. Please don't say Taysom Hill, but someone on the Saints that you really like, you're really excited about that more people should be talking about for next season.
Yeah, I think, this is somewhat of an if, but if we don't end up taking one of those stud receivers in the draft, I could see Devon Bailey having a great year. In the last 4 games of the season, I think he was averaging close to 60 yards a game. And with his size, I think he's a great complement to Olave, and he'd be a perfect red zone target. So I could really see him having a breakout year.
Bailey? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about him, and I know because you guys traded for him from Denver, right?
Yeah, and we gave I think a 4th round pick, so I think Kellen Moore thinks pretty highly of him.
Yeah, because he kind of came out of nowhere. I was surprised that, how many Saints fans are like got all this hype. He finished the season with 25 catches, just under 300 yards, 2 tutties. He was a 7th round pick out of Utah. So this is a guy that kind of just come out of nowhere
or something. Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying he's 28 right now. He's going to turn 29 during the season, and that'll be year 2. That's
it's make or break for him now. It's make or break.
That's got to be one of the oldest rookies I ever seen. And I've seen Well, Brandon Whedon come out as a rookie after he was like, what was Brandon Whedon when he
28,
came out?
I think, or something.
Yeah, old
Yeah.
ass man. I'm saying. Devon Vele, interesting. I was also curious about this on the defensive side of the ball too. How's the fan base kind of feeling on Kool-Aid McKinstry at this point, being a cornerback one?
I like it. I think he's done a solid job, and obviously, like everyone knows the potential he has with being a second-round pick out of Alabama, a school that just pumps out DBs. I think he's done a solid job. I think there's a lot to improve on, and I think this could be a year where he really takes a step forward. Second year in Staley's scheme and everything.
Cool. All right, that was interesting. I haven't heard how much about him, but I know he's a hyped prospect coming. I remember he coming out.
I remember him being a big hype pot. They was comparing him to too many good DBs, but
I remember out of high school, I think he was like the #1 corner in the country or something. So
yeah, Kool-Aid just sounds like he's sweet. We going at you. Your name Kool-Aid. We going at you. Sweet over there.
I love it. All right, let's rip into the our game we run with fans, and we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Normally we just do keep 3, cut 3, but today we're gonna do keep 3, cut 5.
Okay.
We're gonna really challenge you. You're gonna have to keep 1 quarterback, but you can keep 2 running backs, and you can. No, sorry.
Yeah, keep 3. Yeah,
keep 1 quarterback, keep 1 running back, keep 1 receiver. My bad. And you got to cut 5 of the dudes that we're gonna throw at you. So first, we're gonna start with quarterback, and why don't we go with Tyler Shough, the new guy? Are we keeping or cutting Shough? Also, we're excluding Drew Brees because it's an obvious keep. Archie Manning too. Like, we're excluding the Hall of Famers here.
I want to keep him. I love him. I said it before. I think he'll have a statue outside the stadium, but it's too soon. I'm gonna cut him.
R.I.P. Shough. He could be something. All right, over to running back. This will be tough. One of my favorite running backs growing up, Deuce McAllister. We keeping or cutting Deuce?
Legend. I mean, one of the best running backs in Saints history, but he was just a little bit before what I consider, the golden age of the Saints, and a little before my time, honestly. So I'm gonna cut him.
Oh man, did you never have a Madden where you played with Deuce McAllister?
I don't think so. I think my first Madden was with Peyton Hillis on the cover.
Oh man, he was part of an awesome era. Deuce McAllister, Larry Johnson. Who was the Bengals running back at that point? I can't remember who it was. He was just part, that was Jamal Charles era too. Like, that was a fun era of running backs way back when. Saints legend, real good player. All right, so we've cut Shough, we've cut Deuce. Let's do one at receiver. This could get contentious a little bit. Let's start with Michael Thomas.
Oh shit.
I mean, there's another receiver I'm holding out on. I think Mike in his prime was undoubtedly the best receiver in the NFL. Can't guard Mike for a reason. If it wasn't for that turf toe injury, I mean, I guarantee you he would have been a keep. But I'm gonna have to cut him. And I love Mike.
He would have been more than a keep in this game. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but I'm holding out for another one.
You say a lot about Cooper Kupp. Like, I feel like Mike Thomas was like OG Cooper Kupp because he was.
Yeah, he was. He
wasn't the fastest guy on the field. Yeah,
he was a dog though. He was a dog. I like Cooper Kupp, but Thomas was a dog.
Yeah, prime Mike is. I mean, he was undoubtedly the best.
He didn't need to beat you. He didn't need to shake you. He was catching everything though.
Everything. And it helps when you got a quarterback throwing handoffs. So.
Exactly.
Exactly. Drew Brees was giving him the ball. That was easy. All right, well, let's stay with receiver then. Are you going to keep Marquise Colston?
That was the one I was waiting for. I think the most underrated receiver in NFL history. It blows my mind he's never made a Pro Bowl, but he was Drew's go-to. No, never made a Pro Bowl, and he was Drew's go-to for most of the years, and won a Super Bowl with us, and that's someone you can't take away. So I'm gonna keep him.
Most receiving touchdowns in Saints history, second most touchdowns in Saints history, behind only Kamara. I mean, I can't blame him. Dude was huge too. Right, he got a big fella.
Yeah, and he didn't say a word.
True, like not a drama receiver. I know Iman. He's over there. He hates a drama.
I hate them. And I love the big receiver. Pause. Goodness grief.
Hey,
I like The huge receivers, I love them. So I mean, I like coasting too. I mean, you gotta think him and Mike Thomas were like you said,
Freaky.
just went about their business and insane guys.
All right, so we've cut Shough, we've cut Deuce, we've cut Thomas, we've kept Colston. All right, let's go back up to quarterback now. Quarterback. How about former Green Bay Packer, Aaron Brooks?
And he's from Virginia.
Yeah.
Don't do my guy bad. My
guy's
guy's
okay. I didn't know. Everyone's from freaking Virginia, apparently.
Yeah, my guy's from Virginia.
And he led the Saints to the first playoff victory ever. I believe he beat the defending Super Bowl champion at the time. So I'm gonna keep him. He made history for the Saints and kind of propelled us to that 10, 15 year stretch that we had in the 2000s.
I was gonna say I think he's right up. Yeah, he was right up there behind Drew Brees and Archie Manning for most all-time passing yards for the Saints. Just for a guy who was like a third-string backup in Green Bay at one point. Saints bring him in, and then he just was an electric factory for them out of kind of nowhere. So I was always a big Aaron Brooks fan.
Oh, yeah. He's a keep.
So you're keeping him. All right, so this leads us down to running back now. Oh, this is interesting. So we've cut Shough, Deuce, Thomas. Who else have we cut? How about this? Next running back, Mark Ingram.
There's one I'm waiting on. I love Mark Ingram, and he was, so productive for us. He set the culture for us and was such a big part of, the Saints, the locker room, the culture, the city. But I'm gonna have to cut him. There's one more I'm waiting on.
Okay, this makes sense. I think Ingram's third in Saints all-time touchdowns. Like. Great career there.
He's got to be up there.
He's got to be up there. All right, I think this is going to turn to keep 3, cut 4. So because we've cut 4, we've kept 2. So running back's the last one we need to get through. Are you going to keep Alvin Kamara then?
You already know. Okay.
He's
my other than Drew, he's my favorite Saints player ever, and I think a lot of Saints fans would echo that same opinion. I think in his prime he was the number one weapon in the entire NFL. And I think one of the greatest weapons in the history of the NFL with the way he was able to run the ball and catch the ball at the backfield. He was pretty much a receiver playing running back. He's a keep for sure.
Is he? And he's never had a 1,000-yard rushing season, right?
I don't think so. But I know Ingram was kind of more of the bell cow almost. But I mean, when it came down to you need some yardage, who are you going to go to? It was always AK.
They were kind of early to the trend. I don't know, even maybe I'm wrong here, but they were kind of early to the trend of like a 1-2 punch, thunder and lightning.
For sure. For sure. And can people never imagine that AK was in Alabama when they had all Derrick
all those dudes,
right?
He left because I'm like behind 3 other guys in the NFL. And can you believe it? To me, I think he's the most purest athlete out of all of them. And
I agree.
But out of all of them, he's the purest athlete that can do the most. So it's like, damn, y'all let him out the window. But goodness grief, that recruiter was the greatest.
Yeah, his balance is crazy. And I mean, another thing that doesn't get talked about enough is just his loyalty to the Saints. I mean, with all the trade talks in this last year, he said, if I leave New Orleans, I'm retiring. So that'll always mean something to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, him and Ingram were like OG Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
And they're pretty similar play styles and everything, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing, just before the current days. All right, so there's the keep 3, cut 4, apparently. So that's good Saints stuff. But, hey, J-Mo, I know you are a big basketball guy.
Oh, yeah.
And the season is wrapping up. And so 2 things we want to get through real quick before you got to dip out here is your take for MVP and then offensive rookie of the year, because these are some tight races. Same guys seem to be at the top of the ladder for MVP, but some teammates seem to be competing for the top of the ladder for rookie of the year. So let's start with MVP. Who you got and why?
Yeah, so I think barring some weird unforeseen stuff with his injury, because I don't think many people know about it, I think SGA is going to be the MVP. And I do think he would be deserving of it. I mean, he's an unguardable player on the best team, but who I think is the MVP, I think Cade Cunningham is the MVP. He's turned the Detroit Pistons into the 1 seed in the East. He's second in the league in assists, and while he might not have the scoring numbers of SGA or a Jokic, he's still 12th in the league in scoring. And it blows my mind that he has the Pistons this good. I mean, Austin, I know as a Bucks fan, you probably saw them as a get-right game every single time you played them. And now they're a real
Once upon
contender
a
for the
time.
title. So, yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he's turned the Pistons into must-watch TV. He just had a nationally televised game in the Garden where he had, I think, 43 and 13 or something. So I think the hype train's starting to pick up. And if it was up to me, Cade Cunningham would be the MVP.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think Cade will win it because I think SGA doesn't plan on coming back anytime soon. So I think he's going to kind of be under the qualified games to even play because they're winning without him. So he's like,
they're still real good without him. I don't know what would happen if Cade got hurt.
Yeah, that's a great MVP.
Detroit would be terrible.
Yeah. And I know he's turned Jalen Duren into an all-star. Jalen Duren's one of the best bigs in the league now. And you can't say Cade hasn't played a massive part in that.
Yeah, and I was going to say they got Duren, but like I don't think Duren's Duren without Cade Cunningham. You go look at the Thunder. We're seeing what they're doing. They're winning games with their BT tier team against.
They're winning
the
games
best
without
teams in the
J-Dub
East.
too.
I
don't know what's going on.
They got Caruso on the bench. They got J-Dub on the bench. They got SGA hurt, and they're out there beating top teams in the East. The Cavaliers. Like I couldn't believe that. So like when you think about the definition of most valuable, you take Cunningham off the Pistons. That's not the top team in the East. I mean. 25 a game, 6 boards a game, 10 assists a game. I can't believe Jokic passed him up in assists per game, and now Jokic is like pacing to have the record. Record we talked about a couple episodes. The only
with
player
that 65 game rule, I don't know if Jokic will be in that conversation.
That's what I'm saying. And Cade's just been a warrior, man. Like I was kind of curious if you were going to go with Cade, to be honest. I didn't know, and I like that answer.
That's my guy.
I'm on the Cade train. I don't think Brunson's going to be able to get up there either. So I think I really do want to give it to Cade. All right, now rookie of the year. It's really down to Cooper Flagg and it's down to Con Kneppel. Who you going here?
Yeah, so I mean, there's been a lot of great rookies. I mean, Cooper Flagg has been everything we thought he would be and more. He's unreal. Edgecombe has been great. Derek Queen has been great. But I got to give it to Con. I got to give it to, the pride of Milwaukee. The Hornets have been, I feel like, one of the more people aren't talking about the Hornets enough. They're top 5 in net rating since 2026, and I think they have the 6th best record since the year started. 2026, that is. And Con is like a massive part of that. I think he's the fastest player ever to 200 threes, and he's on pace to shatter the rookie 3-point record. So when you take all that into consideration and talk about the team's success, which before the season, you probably would have thought they were going to be in contention for the number 1 pick. I think Con just has to be the rookie of the year.
I like that, man.
I definitely second that one. We talked about him a few weeks ago. I'm still just in awe that Duke didn't win a national title with both of these dudes.
I know.
They are legit superstars.
That Duke team's going to end up having 2 top 10 guys in the league pretty soon. So
shoot, they might both already be.
That choke against Houston's going to haunt them forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, and this is not just me being a Wisconsin guy and Con being a Wisconsin guy. I mean, like, if you look at the traditional stats when you compare them, like, Flagg has, like, a little bit of the advantage, but Cooper also has more usage, more minutes per game, more shots. If you give Con every bit of usage that Flagg has, I don't think it's even
number 3
close.
option.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
He's 20 a game. He's the number 3 option on a team that is playing some of the best ball in the league right now. So I don't know how you don't give it to him, especially with how the Hornets are playing.
Con's having the greatest shooting season from a rookie maybe ever. He's been maybe the most efficient rookie we've ever seen as well, like from a guard position too, which is crazy. He's going to blow past the 3-point record for rookie. I mean, baby Steph, Con kabang. Like it's just 3 points after 3 points after 3-pointer with this guy. I mean, 20 in a game. He's like 25 and 3, like 25 boards, 3 assists. 65% true shooting percentage is just nuts.
He's unreal. And I thought they reached for him at 4 and proved me wrong.
No. Oh, yeah, big time. I mean, I think he's got the team has improved their win totals. I'm reading right now by 8 wins with 24 games left. While the Cooper Flagg's team, I think the Mavericks are kind of they're not on the ups and ups. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they have no one, so.
Yeah, they really have no one. I think that's fair. I think there's gonna be a lot of people saying it should be Flagg, but I think when you really line them up, it should be Con Kneppel. When you consider I know Flagg's done some nice things, but again, you give Con the usage and the minutes and the shots that Cooper Flagg has. I don't even think this is a debate. I don't think it's a discussion.
No,
with
I
what
don't
he's
either.
doing.
I think he should be the clear favorite right now. And I mean,
Yeah,
Cooper Flagg is amazing. This is not taking anything away from him, but Khan is having an historic year on a team that has really turned it around.
absolutely. And I'm a big Derek Queen fan too.
I love
People
him.
are sleeping on him.
Smooth. Baby Jokic.
Yeah, dude. Dude, he's a big guy too, and he's a distributor. He's a facilitator for a big cat.
They'll
That's
run the
Elon's guy
offense
too,
through him.
another Maryland guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's my guy. And he was right up the street from me, so I've seen him live and direct in college. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
You going with Con too?
Yeah, I'm going with Khan too. Even though now I tell people all the time, more usage doesn't always make you as efficient. So I think Khan, big part of having Melo there helps him, but I'm with you. I'm going with him. I just think his season is unbelievable. I think Cooper is the popularity thing, so it may go to him because the whole brand of the NBA is going to be put on his shoulders, whether he want to or not. I mean, I think it's good for the league. So I'm afraid that he might win it just off a name, but playing wise, I'm going with Khan.
Yeah. Jameson, do you think realistically Cooper Flagg's still going to get MVP though?
I think he'll get Rookie of the Year.
Or sorry, I think it's not MVP. Yeah, Rookie of the Year.
I think it's gonna be Flagg, but
yeah, I don't want either.
Let's push the Con and Cade agendas forward.
We're pushing the Con agenda. We're pushing the Cade agenda. I don't care if Cooper Flagg is leading Con in points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, all of it. Like I said, his traditional stats are all better than Con's. But when you look at the efficiency numbers and like actually look beyond just the traditional stat line, like Con's just insane what he's doing this year. But yeah, I think
absolutely.
I think they're going to give it to pick one. I think the fix was in from the moment Luka was traded, and we knew the Mavericks would pick him. It was a part of the deal. We'll let you get Cooper Flagg. We'll make sure he gets Rookie of the Year, assuming he doesn't just flop. I think it was a part. I think the fix was in from day one, no matter what else happened. But all right, J-Mo, I appreciate you coming on with us. You bounce. Hopefully we talk soon, and thanks for doing this, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys having me on the show. Who dat? All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Great stuff with the Saints fan. First Saints fan we had on. So love doing a bit of that. Iman, I guess real quick before we move on, was there anything from what he said around, his thinking at running back or receiver on defense that you would change for the Saints? I know we covered the Saints once upon a time. I think you covered that they need to add another receiver. How'd you feel about all that?
No, I thought he was on point. I'm with going with a receiver before, because he's big on kind of getting Arvell Reese or one of them early. I'm big on getting a weapon first. I mean, your defense wasn't bad last year, but if you think Tyler Shough is going to be your guy, you want the best available to help him out. Running back, I'm with the rest of the world. I just think you can get a running back in round 5. So although Jeremiah Love is fantastic, tempting. I just wouldn't. Not at 8. Not at 8. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. So
I think they get a guy who could compete to be their RB1 realistically on day 2, like the 3rd round. Like who's Notre Dame's backup again? I forget his name all the time. He always gets overshadowed by Love.
And don't get me to line.
Price? Is it Price? I can't remember. Anyways,
me neither.
Like I was trying to tell him, like there's 4 or 5 dudes who can go in round 3 that could compete to start at the top of the Saints running back depth chart next year, realistically. So I like that. And speaking of Jadarian Price, thank you, Joey. Always coming in clutch. So speaking of Arvell Reese, though, let's kick it over to Joey for the news desk because we got some combine talk. The combine kicked off. So Joey, what's going on? What do we got today?
Football never sleeps. You think it's gone, and here comes a bunch of guys in short shorts running around with times that may mean nothing in 2 months.
Can't keep the Kings down. Can't keep the King League down.
We can't stop watching.
Nope.
So we're going to start out with Combine. So your thoughts on winners and highlights. The first focus here for us is D-line and linebacker. What are your takeaways from what you've seen so far and who you're watching as the Combine begins?
First, I'm excited to get Iman's take on all these track and field metrics out here. But we can't ignore Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles out there looking like prime Shaq and Kobe. Y'all ever see the video where they pan up from the floor up on Shaq and Kobe to get to their faces pregame, and they're in their jumpsuits before the game. They're just locked in. That's what it kind of felt like seeing these two Ohio State linebackers out there, like just doing alpha stuff. Sonny Styles just had one of the best combines we've ever seen. Like insane. We can go through the winners and losers and whatnot, but as Eman, before we get, deep into it, do you have any immediate takeaways from this one?
I mean, literally every year they're getting faster, but the more and more you look at them, and like I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, I've worked with guys before for the combine. So now I'm really starting to see that these guys are working with track guys, and literally looking at Arvell Reese 40, he literally could have ran faster because, I mean, he stayed in the dry phase. So understanding track, you got a dry phase, which you do your acceleration. Then you have a max velocity positioning, with most of the time is shoulder aligned with heel, aligned with hip. Everything's up and down. He literally ran the whole race leaning forward. So I'm thinking if he just stands up, he could run even faster. But just to see these big guys run that fast, I mean, and like I said, you're starting to see more technical running from these guys. I mean, David Bailey got up to 22 miles per hour. Do y'all understand that? 40 yards he was able. To me, that's more impressive than Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese, because they're like 6'5", so they're going to cover ground. But to be able to get to 22 miles per hour and only 40 yards is insane. So,
yep. And yeah, he looked like he overthought his second one. I think he could have ran faster, but like you said, he still eclipsed the third fastest top speed of any edge rusher in the last 5 years. He was cruising on that straight line speed. Before we really move off these Ohio State boys real quick, like we're talking like Sonny Styles, again, a perfect RAS, a 10 RAS. It's the number one relative athletic score ever recorded for a linebacker. So let's just start there. He had a 4.46 40. Him and Arvell Reese, both 4.46, leading the group, the tops among linebackers. Sonny Styles, a 43.5-inch vert,
crazy.
A combine record for linebackers. Crazy. 11.2 broad jump is fourth all time for linebackers. And, he's one of those guys where, again, I'm all about the film first, and what you do in shorts is secondary and should only be like a something that kind of like is a deciding factor if you're kind of torn on two guys. Who's got the better athletic profile? Bump them up a couple spots, not a full round type of thing. But this, Sonny Styles was talked about, maybe starting to get considered around pick 6-ish, like the 6 to 12 range. And I'm thinking he's going like pick 5 to 8, and we might see two Ohio State linebackers go in the top 6-7 picks, both with potential to be all pro, gadget, do everything type of dudes on your defense immediately. So Sonny Styles, I think it's impossible to say there was a guy who was not Sonny Styles was probably the biggest winner from the combine day one. He had a record day. I mean, Arvell Reese was out there. I mean,
and if you're looking at comparable guys, like you looking at a guy like Micah Parsons, who's came in first 4 years, 12 and above, they kind of remind me of what he did at the combine compared to their film. I only say this: where do you play Arvell Reese at?
I don't think it matters anywhere.
Oh no, it got no. I think scheme matters, because if you remember when Micah first got in Dallas, they played him a little bit too much in the middle.
Yep.
And then they decided, hey, let's just put him on the edge, and that's when he became an all-pro guy. So I gotta say that you gotta know where you're gonna play him at, because Micah could have been a middle linebacker and not an all-pro if somebody didn't say, hey, let's just put his hand in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, Arvell Reese is 6'4", 240, running a 4.46. You just can't put that guy on the line of scrimmage on the D line. Like, you need him running around with that speed, with his athleticism, his ability to do everything. You're wasting a majority of his talent and abilities by sticking him on the edge type of thing. So I don't think you can do him that. We have seen him ragdoll offensive tackles as coming up on the line of scrimmage. So he's capable of everything. I think, he's almost inverse Micah in the sense of like he's more of the off ball than he is edge rusher type of thing. Kind of like what you just said. I feel like it's just an inverse situation. You got it. I mean, Arvell Reese on the 4-bag drills was disgusting.
Looking
just
crazy.
fucking, oh my God. He
And which
was
one of them is 20? Is it Arvell Reese is 20 or Sonny? One of them only 20 years old. So they still actually got a baby body too. Now, let's be honest. At 20, you still got baby muscles. You ain't even kind of developed into that man. One of them is 20 years old, though. I know that for sure. One of them is only 20.
And both alphas. I mean, I just don't see it. And I'm thinking about the Jets especially. And there should be David Bailey looked nice. He looked super bendy on the agility drills. He ran the 4.5 like I said he could have ran. I think he could have ran faster. He had the 9.67 relative athletic score, which is still good. We talked about his speed. He's the only of the power 4 edge rushers since 2015 with a pass rush win rate in true pass sets greater than 33%, plus a RAS of over 9.4. David Bailey tops the entire list, and that's including greats in the sport back to 2015. So he stacks up athletically and from a pass rush perspective. No gloves. That's super gritty.
Yeah, and
I
he
love
got
it.
some hands. His hand size is he gonna be able to grab it. He got some meat hooks. So
That's what that too. I mean, he's super nice. But if I'm a Jets fan, I'm like, look, as nice as he is, as nice as he looks, like I don't think David Bailey can be the pick for them right now. I think they need. I don't see how they pass on Arvell Reese at this point. And honestly, if that's me, if I'm a Jets fan, I think that's what our Jets fans said too. Was like, go get Arvell Reese.
yeah, he did say that he wanted Arvell Reese.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell these guys, don't overthink Ruben Bain, though. I know people gonna say he got the Rex arms. That's a guy that you don't want to overthink, though. I agree. The film, you see him. Don't overthink the short arms. I get it. It matters for some people who aren't dogs. He's a dog. Don't overthink that pick.
That is exactly where I was at. It is one of those things where I caution people to just not take what the measurements and what the combine tells you and just go back, watch the tape, watch the film. He is dominated at multiple positions across the defensive line, in pass rush, against the run. So I know a sub 31-inch arms is terrifying. And Will Campbell for the Patriots had a big arm length problem, and it didn't help his cause. And now, it's coming back kind of to haunt that pick a little bit. With how the playoffs looked. I know he was injured a bit, but again, Ruben Bain, like, this should not hurt his draft stock because he's got a little T-Rex body out there now, which is it's super funny. The pictures going around of Ruben Bain with little T-Rex body, little arms. But again, I know it's going to be scary to see those small arms. It should not knock him outside of the top 4 picks by any means. And I don't, all I think it does is ensure that Arvell Reese goes before him. Now, that's the only thing I think this does. Watch the tape. Don't let Ruben Bain become the next Cam Kinchins or the next Bucky Irving, where we know the tape said these dudes are insanely good football players, but like because of what the measurements were and what the relative athletic score was at the combine, they got knocked way back in the draft, and that was clearly a mistake. Whereas we've seen guys with incredible scores, incredible combines get knocked up a full round because of what they did in shorts, but the film did not match, the draft pick where they went. So I agree 100%. Caution you, but the T-Rex thing, that shit is pretty funny. Some other guys, I mean, look, what we're seeing from these defensive tackles now is a big reason why football is changing and evolving for the quarterback position, why more teams are valuing mobile quarterbacks, why more quarterbacks
have coming to get you.
They're coming to get you. We got big fella DeMonte Capehart out of Clemson running a 4.85 at 313 pounds. Are you kidding me? That is moving for a fella. You got Caleb Banks, big fella out of Florida, 32-inch vert at 327 pounds. You got Grayson Halton, I think was another big winner here. A 36.5-inch vertical and a 4.83 40 at 293 pounds. Like, this is why the NFL is prioritizing mobile quarterbacks. It's why you're seeing more and more and more mobile quarterbacks coming out and way fewer statue guys. Like, I know Mendoza's not the most mobile. You better be a really damn good passer these days if you're not mobile, because you got defensive tackles out here running speeds that we had never seen. Like, even a decade ago, we didn't see. They're getting bigger.
No
they're getting
way.
faster. They're getting more athletic.
And I used to say back in the days, turkeys don't fly for a reason, but clearly these guys are starting to chase and move and fly. I've never seen so many big guys be this athletic, man. But I mean, everything involved. So I'm with you. You better get you a quarterback that can move, because if somebody 320 run a 4.8, trust me, not only if that's fast, but when 320 grab you and come down on you, oh shit.
Oh,
I played
nightmare.
quarterback. Yeah, that don't be feeling too good. So goodness grief.
Yeah, I'm having nightmares about that. When I think, it's easy to say, like, one of the Ohio State linebackers is the big winner from here. But again, I really think Grayson Halton's combine did a lot for him. This is a guy we're talking about, was projected maybe a 4th round pick, whereas, he's got really good talent. His numbers are awesome. He was 82nd percentile in run stop, 83rd percentile in pass rush. He had the second highest pass rush win percentage of all defensive tackles, and had the best pressure rate as a primary B-gap defender. But I'm saying he had the best pressure rate among all defensive tackles this year, mostly playing in the B-gap. But, again, like I said, his numbers were awesome. I think he definitely boosted his stock at least. I think he's going to go in the 3rd round now. He's a guy I know the Packers are watching out for big time. He's a good run defender. He's a good pass rusher. I think he's going to be one of the, he's going to end up going earlier than people currently have him going. And the combine was a big help for him. So I think Grayson Halton was definitely one of the biggest winners from this day. And Malachi Lawrence, got to give him a shout out too. He had another night. He had a nice performance. And I think he's a guy who was talked about mid to late 2nd round. I think he earned himself a couple extra bucks from the combine. So I want to give him a shout out. Joey, anyone from the combine that you took note of or anything to add?
I'm just saying, don't sleep on my guy, Gabe Akis out of Illinois, the edge.
Oh yeah. Like
6'4",
him.
260. And I'm still waiting. His measurements still are coming in from what he did today. But the overall scoring, he was around like 13th out of all the guys tested. And he's just a stud edge. I know I'm biased going Illinois, but he's just one of those guys that can make it at the next level. And he beats up quarterbacks. And he's agile and can do it. And he's a big dude. And I just think a team is going to get lucky and find him later than expected and could be an impact starter in year 1. Easy.
I mean, the dude's he's a violent pass rusher. I believe let me see this. I think he led the Big Ten. Yeah, he did. He led the Big Ten in pressures this last year with 41 pressures. So, I mean, he's a great pass rusher. And I don't think I saw anything from him in terms of numbers that came out, but I mean, the dude's awesome. 20 sacks in his last 2 seasons. He's gonna make an NFL GM really happy, I believe.
Baltimore, that's how we can go get somebody later. Baltimore, listen, that's somebody
need one.
Go get one later on, because we're not gonna get none of the guys we mentioned. They're gonna be gone way too soon. Baltimore, we can.
This is where your scouting comes in.
Yeah, we can go get one.
Yeah, no, he's a bowling ball, man. He had a good Senior Bowl too. He's done nothing but help his draft stock after the season has ended, and he was already awesome. Like, if you're stacking up top numbers in the big freaking 10, man, yeah, come on, sign me up. I like that guy a lot. I think he's gonna be another guy. I could see him going at the end of day 2 for sure. But yeah, a lot of good pass rushers, man. All right, what do we got next?
Next up, we're going NFL report card. So, as you guys know, the past couple years, NFLPA has had report cards submitted by players. This year it was 1,759 players. There was the fight this year with the union and the NFL. The NFL won, so they didn't have to publish the reports anymore. But the NFLPA said, sorry, we're still doing them. And now they've all been leaked this week. So they didn't get their wish. But there's some fun things to note that I wanted to talk with you guys about. So first, the number 1 franchise in the report card ranking is the Miami Dolphins. 3rd straight year for the Dolphins getting this. For the top 10, we go Dolphins, Vikings, Commanders, Seahawks, Jaguars, Raiders, Texans, Falcons, Lions, Broncos. So in that group, you got 4 teams under 500, 2 teams that are 9-8, and then the 4 12-game winners that we all know. So as a group, they're 94 and 76, but there's a lot of teams in there that are kind of meh or bad, yet rank high in the rankings. So it's just fun and fascinating. There are a couple other teams I can go through, but first I'll get your thoughts on that top 10 and what we're feeling out from this first group.
Giving them too much comfort makes them losers. I understand that. But I can understand why Miami's number one. Listen, I'm surprised Houston's not number one. If you go to Miami or you go to Houston, goodness freaking grief, I can understand why Miami's number one. I mean, it's Miami. It's Miami, and I'm going to just leave it there because we're all men in relationships and married. So I'm going to leave it there, but I can understand why they're number one.
And they're happy. Good morale down there, per se.
Which is wild, though. Can I say this before I go? It's wild that it end up still getting out, and I wonder what the owners will do about this, because clearly you guys let it out on purpose. I wonder, could they sue them or something? Like, hey, how y'all still let it get out?
Nah. Leaks are always going to happen. I mean, the only thing I could think of when you're rattling this stuff off, Joey, is like clearly these grades and your facilities and all of these things that get, what's the food like? What's the bathrooms like? Doesn't translate to wins or success on the field. I mean, when you got the Vikings and the Dolphins at the top of this, you got the Dolphins 3 years running at the top of this, let's be honest. These things don't matter in terms of the win losses. I know you got some good teams in there, but like Steelers are the worst. That's still a playoff team, and they would finish 32nd. I think it was their bathrooms, the team bathrooms, was it that they're not too happy about?
Yeah, so the Steelers are the worst, and they're not willing to invest in facilities, was the feedback.
Okay.
In the home stadium, in their home locker room, excuse me, they have 5 bathrooms.
No,
5.
That's crazy. No,
that's not enough bathrooms for a lot of big dudes with stinky poos.
100-man staff that's in there.
And I don't want to get out after you did a number 2. I don't want to go in there.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's only 5. Like shit. So I gotta literally get through 30 people. Nah, come on, Steelers. Y'all gotta be better than that.
I am not following up a 300-pounder in the damn bathroom. Hell no.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So the Cardinals were second to last. They got an F for their locker rooms. But, of course, I got to talk about the Packers here. The Packers had the biggest change, the biggest gap, the biggest margin of change in terms of last year to this year. And it wasn't for the better. It was for the worse. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they fell way down the list. They finished 21st. I can't remember where they finished on the list. I can look, but at the end of the day, Matt LaFleur got a B- grade. And mind you, folks, this is the players coming out with this information. And that doesn't make you feel exactly great going into it after a bad season. And LaFleur gets the extension. If you're in Green Bay, man, the only thing I got to say on it is you already don't have the greatest surrounding area, the greatest everything around the stadium, living situation, you name it, all that stuff. You better make sure that you have a damn good facility, your players are taken care of, everything's in a good spot, because it's hard enough to get guys to want to come to Green Bay in a sense of like you consider, playing in Green Bay compared to playing in Dallas or playing in Miami type of thing. I'm actually reading this up right now. So players report the team does not provide game day childcare as most teams do. That's crazy. Which contributed big time to their bottom 3rd ranking for treatment of families. Love that. In a neighborhood, in a team that's in the middle of a neighborhood, mind you.
In a family neighborhood.
The irony of that is just funny.
You walk across the street and get Bob to go watch your kids instead.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got the team's nutrition program ranking near the bottom, players wanting improved nutrition plans, and head coach Matt LaFleur dropped a full letter grade. And that's tough because we're talking about, again, that's the players grading this stuff. So the Packers fell 14 spots to 21st. Yeah, it was 21st, which is the steepest decline of every team. And it's about the training room. It's about the facilities. It seems like they got nothing right, man. Like, what happened? Like, we just paint shit on the walls in there or something. We take things out. It's just I can't
think
believe
they're being greedy now, though. Come on, Austin. Yeah, we pay y'all millions. Find your own fucking daycare. I'm just being totally. I'm nutritionists too. We pay y'all millions. Go find your own nutritionist and own person to watch your fucking kid. All y'all girls and the ones you're cheating with and the side chicks and the work. Go tell one of them to watch the kids. To me, I think that's just being greedy and ungrateful. That we pay y'all millions.
Yeah,
not a bathroom shit. I get that, but come on.
it's one of those things that, like, if everybody's got it, and you got to have some damn awareness about where you are, right? You got to make Green Bay as attractive as possible,
Oof.
right? And you're already not like you're not like a Super Bowl team. You're not a championship team the last 6-7 years. And Joe, you had a great stat here. Like, only 6 head coaches graded out worse than a B. 4 of the 5 were fired. Is that what it is, Joey? 4 of the 5.
But that's why.
Yeah, one's retained, one's LaFleur, and the other 4 are fired.
Yeah, that's why
So that's
you gotta
great.
kind of
Great.
but you gotta honestly be like, it's a mutiny going on. LaFleur should not be. I gotta speak up for my guy. He should not be put in that category with guys who got fucking fired. Come on,
He was on the hot seat.
Yeah, but he's
the end of that season.
He's been consistently good, Austin.
He's been consistently.
Listen, I'm telling you now. You keep.
Don't get me started. Don't you dare.
I'm telling you, Austin. You are gonna wish for some shit like the Cowboys, and you gonna be up shit creek because y'all gonna get a Jason Garrett. Y'all gonna get a bum ass like Joe Judge who went to the Giants. You keep wishing on it now. I'm telling you, you got a good coach, and y'all gonna push that man out, and y'all gonna fuck around and get the worst coach ever and go to 3-14 every year. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing. The players are seeing what we're seeing. With our GM, Brian Gutekunst, came out and said at the Combine, the coaching was not good enough. We were not a team that could finish games. And he literally called out the coaching. I was like, yeah, it's a couple of years too late. We've been seeing the same thing year after year after year after year with this shit. But like, your GM is telling you the coaching was not good enough. The fans are telling you the coaching is not good enough. And everyone was on board with, like, if they fired LaFleur for how that season ended, it makes sense. That was a miserable, pathetic excuse to end your season. It was another disappointing waltz into a 7 seed that didn't even exist a couple years ago. And it's the only way the Packers are even making the freaking playoffs at this point, man. So you got your players, your GMs, and your fans all telling you the same thing.
Matt LaFleur. To be honest, it was a lot of drop passes going on. Was that playoff game? Matt LaFleur's.
More than anyone else, and not even close.
I'm telling you now, you gonna wish for it and you gonna get it.
My God,
I think Matt LaFleur should not be in that. I'm just being honest. He should not be in that category of coaches who are fired. I've been a coach for a long time, so I understand players. They just be disgruntled because y'all don't want to get the blame. A lot of players don't like to take accountability for losing. And granted, I think coaching matters, but it is Jimmy's and Joe's and not always X's and O's. So fuck the players. Let somebody grade y'all weak ass and see what y'all grade's going to be. I just think Matt LaFleur is not that bad of a coach.
I think he needs to prove he's not that bad of a coach then. Get over the hump. Do something more. Do better. Be better. Everyone sees the same thing.
Have got over the hump, though, Austin, in the past 10 years. Y'all hold people to a high standards, but it's been one team dominating, then another team dominating, and nobody else is getting over the hump, though.
Hey,
nobody else.
There's a guy in his first year coaching with a team was in the Super Bowl. A guy in his second year with a team in the Super Bowl. We're talking about Matt LaFleur going into year 8 with historically no coaches ever winning a Super Bowl if they're still in year 8 with a team and haven't won one. Literally history. It's only happened one time. One time.
And Joe's, they got the players, Austin.
I'm saying you are what you are. We've seen a lot. You are what you are.
I'm fighting for you, Matt LaFleur. I don't know why, because I'm not even a Packers.
Yeah,
but I'm fighting for you.
Man, you know, you saying that, if you were to tweet exactly what you just said and put that into the Packers fandom universe, holy shit. I'm telling you, it'd be a tweet that gets 500,000 views and your post gets about 100 likes from the 100 people left on the Matt LaFleur. Oh, wow. I'm still sticking next to this guy. Nobody, even the media guys, everyone's coming around in the sense of like, yeah, the Packers didn't act on emotion, yada, yada. And like, all this shit to try to cope once again. But like, this is not for shut up time, man. This is year 8. You still can't do it. How many I'm not going to get into this. I can't. Yeah, it's not good for my health. This is bad for my health.
I feel you.
All right. Joey, do you have anything else to add? Either of you guys have anything else to add on the new any of this? How'd the Ravens do, Joe? Did we get a pulse check on Iman's Ravens here? Hold on, let's Ravens report card. Is that probably the best thing we can look up? Iman, we gotta see how your guys are feeling about your
Man, y'all better fucking go play. That's for sure. And
All
I'm
right,
glad.
Ravens NFL team report card. Facilities B+, home game field A, food B. Oh, y'all got a lot of A's and A pluses. Goddamn, Ravens are
So they
feeling good
better
about
go.
their squad.
They better go play. Like the offensive coordinator said, hey, we need everybody in OTA. So Lamar, your whole ass better be in, because I'm gonna be out there. I'm going to OTAs this year, at least one day. He better be out there.
A+. They got an A+ on their report card. So good for you guys. Must
Yeah,
be
it's
nice.
cracking. It's cracking down there in Baltimore, man.
I'm sure. Meanwhile, my Packers are down here hanging around with a bunch of
Don't drift,
Packers and
don't drift
Bears.
too far though. Don't drift too far downtown Baltimore. But where the stadium is, you're good.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next?
All right, last one here for you guys. We're going some baseball. Cy Young man Paul Skeens makes his first appearance of the spring. Dealt with his first bout with ABS, which is always exciting. Still fan for. But the question we're bringing here, because we haven't really talked Pirates when we talk NL Central, is can this team, and are they willing, with what they've done this offseason, kind of going all in right now? And are they legitimate in trying to make a playoff push? Or is this just another Pirates being Pirates where there's a few guys here and there that are stars, and then they'll be shipped on their merry way once a single penny is owed to them?
Look, man, the NL Central is not like it's good right now at the top. The Brewers and the Cubs, they're not going anywhere for a little bit. The Pirates, they got really, really close last year. They had a good finish. You know, Paul Skeens' arbitration is coming up in 2027, and we just saw Tarek Skubal win his arbitration for $32 million, which is the most ever. And let's be clear about Paul Skeens and what he's going to get. It's going to be more than that. The jury's out if the Pirates are going to pay that money or not, but let's assume Pirates do historical things and don't do that. They should do that. Like, their window is right now, and I think kind of what they've been doing proves it. They go out, they get Marcell Ozuna, they bring in Ryan O'Hearn, they bring in a reliever, Gregory Soto. They got interest in some other guys. They got Mitch Keller, Bubba Chandler. Like, they got a top pitching prospect in Seth Hernandez. Obviously, they got the top prospect in the MLB, Connor Griffin, who's out here ripping moonshot dingers in spring training already, that they need to just bring this guy up. Don't do what you did with Skeens and try to manipulate his service time stuff to get an extra year of team control. The window is right now. You don't know if you're going to be able to keep Skeens around. If we're just being totally honest, they should do everything in their freaking willing power to do that. But like, you just made all of these moves. You're spending more on your roster than you ever have, realistically. Like, don't blow off this window, man. Right now is the time to be competitive. You have invested in your team to be, at worst, in the spot to be a wild card team this year. And you're loading up the talent, and you got the guy of the potential future, your next 15 years, with one of the best prospects we've seen in a long time, one of the best graded out prospects we've seen in a very, very long time, with rare grading and rare tools. So, I mean, if I'm them with what they're doing, I mean, they're in the window. I think the Pirates I think they're going to be a problem this year, to be totally honest. I would not sleep on the Pirates going into this season. And Joey, I know you're a Cubs fan. I'm a Brewers fan, so we're going to have to deal with it. Did you have any thoughts on them?
You know, the Pirates are interesting because they got those guys. I just don't trust their owner. Like, I just don't trust that they're going to see it through. They are the reason why there's going to be a lockout next year, because they don't spend and they don't have that floor. So just sure enough, that's their luck that they're going to build a really good team, compete in 26, then lockout. So none of those players get to play next year because they're going to refuse to pay them, or the floor doesn't come in, or there's a salary cap or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then who knows what the owner's going to do if they force his hand to do stuff, or the new rules that benefit him. And he's like, oh, I have to spend my floor, but now the salary cap's only $100 million. Great. I'm going to spend 80, and you're going to have to deal with it. And it's just, it's weird. I even though I'm a Cub fan, I hope they invest. Pittsburgh deserves that. It's a great sports city. And it's weird that the Penguins and the Steelers can do it every time, and the Pirates are like, we're good, in one of the better ballparks in the league. So I'm all for it. I just don't, as Philly would say, trust the process. I just don't know how they continue it, even with a guy like Griffin, right? The top prospect coming out. Think about it with Skeens. When they first drafted Skeens, you're like, oh, he'll be gone in 4 years. Like him and Livy Dunn and all that, like stardom, that can't last in Pittsburgh because they won't know to embrace it and know what to do with it. So I just, they rub me the wrong way, but for their fans, I surely hope they take advantage.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Skeens might end up getting somewhere near 50 million. And I know their owner is a cheap.
Their whole freaking payroll.
Yes, I was gonna say that's like their whole damn payroll. And I know their owner is he's maybe the cheapest individual in the state. I'm telling you, but I can get why if he's gonna be 40, 50 million a year. Like there's only 3 teams in the MLB who can afford that: the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers. That's it. And I would hate to see Paul Skeens on any of those teams. But at the same point, like we got Paul Skeens out here being a Cy Young candidate with a 10-10 record type of thing. He's just so incredibly good. I just think I think we have to be talking more about the Pirates. And that's assuming they do the right thing and bring Connor Griffin up. Your 5-tool, rare, one-of-one type of prospect that you just don't see often come up through the ranks at 19 years old already, ripping moonballs and just only getting better. I think this is going to be a year for them, and they better capitalize on it because I won't be surprised if they lose Skeens and then their pitching staff is what exactly? I mean, not something you're really stoked about. I've never asked, like, who do you follow for baseball? Are you a Houston guy? Are you an Astros fan? You fan
No. Growing up, I was a Braves fan. So,
oh yeah, that's right, Braves fan.
But now I'm in the DMV area, so I'm all Nationals, baby.
Oh, that's right.
I'm all Nationals, man. So it's my area I follow. I won't go all the way up to Baltimore with the Orioles just because the Ravens is enough. But I'm all Nationals, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing that's interesting about the Pirates of 2 guys that they picked up recently were both top prospects. Actually, they were the 2 top prospects for the Giants in, I think, 2022. So it was catcher Joey Bart and then shortstop Marco Luciano are both on the Pirates right now. They're building this thing up, man. You got to capitalize on this window. There's enough there for them. And again, I still think they'll finish 3rd in the Central, but I do think that they can make a wild card spot. Absolutely. But they got to do the right thing with Connor Griffin, and then you better freaking bring back Skeens. Give these fans something. Give these fans some hope for more than a season at best.
Scared money don't make no money, man. You got to spend it to get it. So come on, give that man his money.
Big facts. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And I know E-Man always talks about his pipeline to the pros he's got out on the East Coast there, but I'm going to have one that this is what I'm scared of because the Pirates don't invest, right? So Pirates had a player, Jack Sawinski, outfielder. Okay, 2023 breakout year, 26 homers, hit the cover off the ball. Last 2 years, kind of iffy. But they haven't fully developed him again. So they let him go this offseason. Who does he sign with? The Dodgers. And here comes that story. It's a Chicago kid. He's from here, went to Chicago public schools. He's a cool guy in my local scene. But here's one of those things again that Pirate's going to pirate, right? They let one guy go, another guy's trash, becomes a treasure, and he goes to an organization that knows how to develop people, especially people that need a second chance to make a fun October run. There's your example. The rich get richer if that works.
That sucks.
And it prolongs this beautiful story that is Pittsburgh Pirates agony.
Yeah. I mean, last thing I'll say on it is like what I'm seeing from the Pirates fans on Twitter and stuff is it feels like the vibes are different this year. They believe in Don Kelly, their manager at the helm right now. It feels like the team is all the way bought in. The energy is way up. They're in a really good spot, like one of the best spots the roster's been at in a very long time. So I think fans have this sense of like, oh wait, this is kind of happening. And so I hope they don't because I'm a Brewers fan, but like for the sake of the Pirates fans, don't blow this. All right, don't blow this. The window's right now, right? The window's the next couple years. You gotta find a way to keep Skeens around. So I think, I think there's a lot of belief around the Pirates, and I think people should be buying more into them, which is crazy that we're saying that. It feels like it's been a while since we're saying that, but. All right. I think you guys got anything else, or are we good for the day? We got everything else? Iman, any last minute shout outs?
No, no more last minute shout outs. Shout out to my mom and sister, their birthdays again this week. But Joey, one thing I do want to say, I always tell people if it's Derrick Rose at his prime or Allen Iverson, which is a 7'5" legend at his prime, I always take Derrick Rose. So though we have a lot of talent, Derrick Rose was one of the best players I ever seen just at his peak. I mean, his MVP year, he was unbelievable. Oh, also, too, my guy I coached against, he was in high school. I've been coaching since he was in high school. He went to UNC. He's revamping the Chicago State football team. Bobby Rome. So shout out to Bobby Rome.
Oh,
he's
sweet.
bringing the Chicago State teams back. He's the head coach, man. He's from the area. I will be out there for him. I told him maybe not next year, but the year after that, I'm going to let him build the team first year. So I'll be out there. So
when was the last time that was a thing? Chicago State football?
First time ever.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
D1,
yeah.
Yep. They're the brand new D1 football program in the city.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
D1 too? What?
And he's recruiting a lot of guys from my old area. So he's going to be good sooner than later because he's a legend in our area. He was a quarterback, went to UNC. He's a legend. So he's going to be able to get the guys. So we'll see how that go.
The Chicago State Cougars?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Holy crap. I can't believe they locked in a D1 thing. I don't know what like the requirements are or nothing, but do you know where they're playing or what's going to look like?
Not yet. They're still stadium lists. For next year, they're playing at where they just signed SeatGeek, which is where the Chicago Fire played for years in a Chicago suburb. But yeah, their goal is to play in the city, and there's a couple of South Side venues that like the high schools use, and so they want to kind of revamp one of the historic high school stadiums, make it like a Texas one where you put all your money in it for like a big community, whatever it would be, 5,000-10,000 person.
This says
stadium.
This is FCS.
Correct. So FCS, but D1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at their schedule.
They ain't going straight to F.
No, they're not playing Alabama.
Say, what the hell?
I mean, I love Bobby Rome, bro. You're gonna be a good coach, but
who's Bobby Rome? What's his background? Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, he like I told you, he's the head coach. He's from my area, 7'5" legend. He was one of the few quarterbacks, started 4 years at Granby High School. He went to UNC, played fullback. They moved him to running back. He played fullback. He actually was on Green Bay for a little bit in the NFL. Then he started to go around as coaching. Like he literally started coaching overseas in Russia first, and then he came back. He was at VUL. Then he went to Florida Memorial. Went somewhere else at the Florida Memorial, but then he's been trying to revamp Chicago State because he got that job a year ago. So he's just been on the trail recruiting, and he's been in our area. I'm telling you, he's gonna have some guys because he's recruiting in our area.
Yep. Well, they're set up in the South Side, so stay safe. Don't go out after dark.
Goodness.
Yeah, stay safe, boys. All right. Another great episode, Chalk Talk Social. Per usual, we will see you guys for next Tuesday with definitely a lot of combine talk and whatnot. So make sure you turn in. We'll talk more spring training as well. But until then, y'all have a great week, and we'll see you.
Peace out.